He wiped out the entire Greek pantheon, stood his ground against the Norse god of thunder, and literally defied fate. But let's be real, the claims about Kratos' power have gotten a little out of control. Planet-shattering strength? Faster than light? Unkillable? To get to the truth, you have to separate the wild fan theories from the facts. This is how strong Kratos really is. For almost 20 years, Kratos has been on a rampage through mythology, transforming from a demigod fueled by pure rage into a wise, stoic father. His entire story is built on doing the impossible, but as the body count of gods grew, so did the legends about his power, often into total hyperbole. Fans throw around terms like multi-continental, planetary, and even universal. So what's the real story? Today, we're digging into the evidence from Kratos' Greek and Norse sagas. We'll analyze his biggest fights, his most legendary weapons, and even what the developers have said to put a definitive rank on the Ghost of Sparta's true strength. We're cutting through the hype and focusing on what the lore actually shows us. Kratos' journey starts as a demigod, son of Zeus. From the beginning, his power is off the charts, but it's his bottomless rage and the weapons he rips from the gods that make him a legend. A classic example people point to is his run-in with the Titan Atlas. The common argument is that because Kratos overpowered Atlas, he must be strong enough to hold up the entire planet. That's a super common misinterpretation. In the God of War lore, Atlas wasn't holding the literal planet Earth. He was punished to hold the pillar of the world. This pillar is what separates the Earth from the heavens, a massive, symbolic, mythological burden. While that doesn't mean Kratos can bench press a planet, it does mean he matched and overpowered a cosmic being tasked with holding up the very structure of the world. It's an insane, Titan-level feat of strength. You see the same kind of exaggeration with his other victories. When he kills Poseidon, the god's death triggers a flood that swallows all of Greece. That's a continental-level catastrophe, but it's a side effect of a god dying, not a measure of how hard Kratos can punch. Same thing when he overpowers Cronos, who is carrying Pandora's temple on his back. An unbelievable display of strength, but not proof he can shatter planets. What these moments really show is that Kratos is a force of nature whose actions have cataclysmic consequences. His brawl with his half-brother Hercules is another perfect example. Kratos doesn't just beat him, he humiliates him with pure, focused brutality, even turning Herc's own Nemean Cestus against him. It's a huge moment because it shows Kratos, driven by rage, completely overwhelming the poster boy for legendary strength. But Kratos' true power in Greece wasn't just physical. His ultimate weapon was the power of hope. Athena sealed hope inside Pandora's box, calling it a power great enough to kill a god. When Kratos first opened the box to kill Ares, he unknowingly took that power into himself. It wasn't just a strength multiplier, it was a conceptual power that directly countered the fear spread by the gods. In his final battle with Zeus, who was consumed by fear, Kratos could only win by forgiving himself and finally embracing the power of hope inside him. He then released that hope to mankind, giving them a future without gods. When we catch up with Kratos in the Norse lands, he's older, holding back, and, to some, seems weaker. He's trying to bury the rage that once defined him. But the developers have been clear. Kratos isn't weaker, he's just more in control. The strength is all still there, and his battles in the Norse saga are definitive proof. His clashes with Thor are the best benchmark for his power. Before Kratos even met him, Thor fought the world's serpent, Jormungandr, and their battle was so intense it splintered Yggdrasil, the world tree that connects the 9 realms, and sent the serpent back in time. This is a feat that literally warped the fabric of reality across different dimensions, and Kratos fights him to a standstill. In their first fight, Thor is looking for the god of war and completely dominates a Kratos who is holding back. It's a brutal beatdown, and Thor hammers him so hard it looks like it's over. But Thor isn't looking for an easy kill. He wants a real fight, so he jolts Kratos with Mjolnir just to keep it going. The fact that Kratos can endure that kind of punishment from a being that powerful and get back up to continue the fight says everything about his insane durability. He's incredibly hard to kill and even harder to keep down. By their final battle, Kratos isn't holding back anymore. He goes toe-to-toe with Thor as an equal, and their blows shake the entire realm. He ultimately beats the god of thunder, not with a gimmick, but by overpowering him, proving he's on the same level as the strongest god in the Norse pantheon. Another feat people bring up is when Kratos and Atreus flip Tyr's temple. While it's an awesome display, the idea that the temple existed in all 9 realms at once is a bit of an exaggeration. It's a massive structure connected to the world tree, but they are flipping it on a pivot inside one realm. Still, the raw force needed to move a building of that size and magical weight confirms his Titan-level strength hasn't faded one bit. So that brings us to the big question: which Kratos is stronger? The young, rage-fueled god-killer or the older, wiser father? Greek Kratos was a force of pure destruction. He had a massive arsenal of magical items he'd stripped from the gods he'd slain. He had the Blade of Olympus, a god-killing superweapon, and was boosted by the power of hope, a conceptual force that could take down the king of Olympus himself. He was relentless, running on pure, unfiltered rage that cranked his power to the absolute max. Norse Kratos, however, is a master of that power. He fights with discipline, strategy, and precision. His rage isn't a wildfire anymore. It's a focused inferno he can unleash at will with Spartan rage. Game director Cory Barlog has stated that older Kratos isn't weaker, but is more in control. And this wisdom gives him a massive strategic advantage. He's learned from every single mistake his younger self made. While Greek Kratos had more chaotic power and a deadlier bag of tricks, Norse Kratos' strength is refined by control. He's no longer fighting for revenge. He's fighting to protect his son, giving him a resolve that's even stronger than his old quest for vengeance. He's just as strong physically, but his mind is the real power-up. He's a smarter, more dangerous warrior. For that reason, the smart money is on Norse Kratos. But what do you think? Could the raw, chaotic energy of Greek Kratos, with the Blade of Olympus and the power of hope, overwhelm his older self? Or does the focused mind and experience of Norse Kratos give him the ultimate win? Let me know who you think takes it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. So, how strong is Kratos really? Once you cut through the fan theories and exaggerations, the picture is pretty clear. He isn't shattering planets or moving faster than light. His true strength is Titan level, allowing him to overpower mythological beings who literally hold the world's structure on their shoulders. He can go blow for blow with gods whose brawls can splinter the world tree itself. He's durable enough to survive what should be lethal encounters with the strongest gods, and has the willpower to defy fate itself. His arsenal is packed with weapons forged specifically to murder gods and titans. But more than any one feat, Kratos' greatest strength is that he's always exactly as strong as he needs to be. His power rises to meet any challenge, no matter how impossible. He's not just a brute, he's a brilliant general who breaks down his enemies, mentally and physically. He may not be able to destroy a planet, but he can, and will, destroy the pantheon that rules it. And in a